Okay, so it's the Christmas episode. So that means the entire episode is about either the holidays, Christmas itself, or the big bag of sugar that I just ate. So, so as usual, we start off with a story. But I didn't do my homework this week, and
That sounds like a you problem, honestly. And you didn't even introduce me this time. Am I just that much of a regular at this
you're that
point?
much of a regular at this point. At
Damn,
this point, Sean is pretty much just a regular.
I
So
feel honored.
he's more he does more than his title. He,
Mm.
anyways,
I expect a raise. My agent will be getting to you within the week.
well, I'm gonna have some rude awakening for him because I don't get paid either. So
Mm. Come on, people, share this podcast. Come on, let's make it popular.
yeah, make it popular, make it super popular. You know what? Let's create a digital currency, a digital currency, and then we'll send it out to everybody. Make it go live. Make it go live and being able to be traded. The next day we shut it down,
There we go.
like some people have done to get their wealth. Um, okay, we're talking about a 96-year-old woman who was caught trying to steal a 19-foot Christmas tree. Okay,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
all right. It's hard to believe that in national retail stores, that the national retail stores such as Dilly Deli, Lollygag, and Walmart uh, are starting to sell Christmas trees, uh, and things such as ornaments, wreaths, Christmas ramen, and all of that jazz. One Walmart store in Mobile, Alabama, reported that store security caught a 96-year-old woman trying to steal one of their 19-foot tall Christmas trees. When confronted outside the store, the woman, identified as Pandora, uh, remarked that the store manager had given her the tree in exchange. It just says exchange.
It was too bad. It was too bad to actually write down, so they just
Right,
had to leave it blank. Like a TV, like you can't swear on TV. That's what it was. It was a bleep on a piece of paper.
right. Um, she then changed her story and actually told the police that the damn tree had, for some weird ass shit reason, simply followed her out of the store.
Okay.
Security took the tree back to the store, and police took Pandora to the police station and booked her for attempted tree charges. That's the whole story.
Uh, Two things. One, I've lived by Walmart almost like at least half of my life, and I did not know Walmart even sold Christmas trees, to be quite honest. I've never once seen a Christmas tree in Walmart.
I think they sell the fake trees. I don't think they sell the real ones.
Even that, I've never even like seen it. And I live literally down the street from a Walmart, and I have, like I said, half my life. And
Right.
but I mean, I'm gonna be the party pooper. The story I think would be even funnier if I knew it was real, which you
Right.
already told me it's not. The only thing though I will say that makes this believable is because it is at Walmart. Like
Right.
if you didn't tell me ahead of time, I would honestly believe it. Just because
So,
Walmart is just that strange, and anybody, no matter how old you are when you shop there, almost 90% of the people who shop there are that insane.
here's the thing though, and it's not even like that insane like during the holidays. It's like that all year round.
Yes, exactly. Oh my God, yeah. Not even, yeah. You can go there in July and you'll see people like trying to like steal fireworks. I mean,
Well, what was the one? So Walmart is a big thing on these podcasts because it's so easy to come up, not even to come up with stories, to remember stories of like someone like walking over there is like, what the fuck are they doing? Like the,
At this point, when I go to Walmart, I don't even like really question it. I kind of just like accept fate when I walk into a Walmart that I'm gonna see at least a couple weird things.
well, because my issue is I notice everything, and that's just how I
That's
am.
fair.
And
That's fair.
so doing that is like hard for me to not talk about because it's like, yeah, just like casual conversation or whatever. It's like, yeah, there was some old lady giving her dog a ride in the electric shopping cart,
I
but the
see that
dog
at
was
least once a week.
driving. So, but just nonchalant, it's like, yeah, but the dog was driving. So it's a Tuesday at Walmart. It's that's pretty much all it.
I honestly, and for me, honestly, since my main job is mainly going into stores, a bunch of different stores. Honestly, at this point, I'm just so numb to everything I see in a store because just nothing surprises me at this point. I've seen it all except for maybe like someone stripping down to be naked, which I have not seen that.
I
But
was about
other
to
than
say,
that,
if you
I've pretty
have, that would
much
be a
seen
very
anything.
interesting story that we just have to hear.
If the day I do hear that, we'll have to go. We'll have to jump on the podcast that night.
That night, it will have
But
to be that hour.
yeah, like I'd have to stop work and come home, and we'd have to just record
Right.
because I just have to get it out there.
Get
But
on now.
yeah,
If
but
I get
like
that text message, I know what
you
just
just leave
happened.
work. You just leave work. You're like, oh, I gotta
Just,
go. I gotta go.
I just gotta go. It's like, why are you leaving? It's like, oh, one of my friends got flashed, and we have to talk about it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I said, you already told me the story is fake. But it does sound real. Only the only thing that makes it sound real is because it is at Walmart. Like if
Right.
it was literally at like Target or any other store, I'd be like that. No, Walmart, it makes it believable.
So, we did a thing a while ago, and it was a part of the Christmas Live, and I think this was like our second or third year of doing it. We went to a Walmart, and one of my friends um gave us challenges on an envelope. Like we didn't see it. He dropped them off. Like we were like standing out front. He came, dropped it off, and handed the envelopes to us. So I didn't even see it either. Um, and then we just recorded us doing this shit in Walmart. It was fantastic. It was so much fun. But it
That
was
reminds me. That reminds me of like before COVID, and I will be even way before that because this was like when I was in high school, maybe early college. Like going to Walmart just like after midnight with your friends. Because
that's
that's when
when
Walmart was
Walmart
still
was fun.
24/7. Yeah, exactly. Like a Snap came up on my thing. Like a Snap memory came up on my phone the other day. I don't. It was from like at least 6 years ago, but it might have been more. And it was like when Walmart would block off a part of the store, even though it's not technically blocked off, you just can't enter it from right there.
Yeah.
And it's just like I literally said in the Snap like, what's the point, Walmart? But that was like when it was like midnight or whatever. But again, those were like the most fun. I remember like New Year's. I went on New Year, like literally right after midnight on New Year's. Me and a bunch of friends. I don't remember what year. Probably like 2016 or something like that. And we went and we were just fucking around. There were people in Walmart too. Like there were like a decent amount of people. And one of my friends who like jumped in that big thing of like the big like cage, even though it was like not really cage.
Yeah.
It had like band on it, and all the balls. One of my friends jumped into there. I honestly don't know how we didn't get kicked out that night.
Well,
But that
because you were
wasn't like the
giving
only
them
thing we did. We were just being idiots.
you
But
were
like I
giving
don't
them
know how we
something to
didn't get
do.
kicked out.
That's why.
Well, we didn't. Yeah, I mean, we didn't get kicked out. I've never been kicked out of Walmart.
I've never
Oddly
been kicked
enough,
out
me and
either.
my friends have never. I've been kicked out of a Tim Hortons, but not a Walmart. And the only reason I got kicked out of the Tim Hortons because my sister worked there and told me to leave.
So then that doesn't even count
Because
then.
me and my friends were being stupid. Well, me and my friends were being stupid.
Oh
She told
right,
us to leave.
you did tell us this story.
I think
I
yeah,
remember
I
this
probably did
story. I
tell
remember
us.
this
Yeah,
story.
I probably did tell those. I was like
Um
16 or something at the
yeah.
time. Yeah.
Um I think the one thing for that challenge that we did that was like my absolute favorite was the the one guy that did it with me is like 6'2". 6'2", and he's he works on the Air Force base. And I'm like, you have to go. You open the thing. It's like, um, find a piece of children's clothing that fits you. Don't use the fitting room. So he's wandering around like the children's section, trying on shirts in the middle of the aisle.
Yeah.
That was great. That was so much fun.
People. Again, Walmart. You know.
I
I
think
mean,
mine
honestly, even
was
the dressing rooms in Walmart are like so obscure that like I could just believe someone can't find it, so they're just like, I'm just gonna try this on here because I can't find the dressing room
right.
because it just like doesn't exist.
Well, I think my challenge was based on um the decisions were made meme,
Mm.
like the shelf full of Oreos and there's like a bag of carrots on it. So, um, so that was my challenge was I have to do this 5 times, but it has to be good decisions were made.
Mm.
Um, so I think one of them I put I can't remember all of them, but I think my favorite one that I did was I put baby formula next to a box like that box condoms. That was great. That
Just
one was my favorite.
the evolution
Right.
of life. I remember that this was a joke from Gabriel Iglesias once back in like 2009, where
That one was probably
his
my
like
favorite.
his girlfriend at the time thought she was pregnant, and they had to go get a pregnancy test, and he went to like Rite Aid, Walgreens, whatever, and he said like if you go Walgreens, you'll see the evolution of life, and it's like the they're in the whole aisle. I'm trying to remember it correctly. It's like first thing you see condoms, then lubricant, then pregnancy tests, then Pampers, then formula, and at the end of the aisle they sell beer. But you know what is really sad? That's accurate.
That is accurate.
It's really accurate.
Oh man.
Except maybe the beer part. Except maybe the beer part, but
Depends on
even
the
then, it
store.
depends what store. Depends what store.
No, but those were some crazy Walmart days.
Actually,
I
Walmart's kind of
absolutely
like.
loved
Actually,
it.
Walmart's kind of like that.
No, Walmart
Walmart's
is
kind of
like
like
that.
that.
Walmart is like that.
Actually,
Because I think the one that's on Sheridan, like it shares an aisle, like so like across the aisle. One side is baby formula, the other side is alcohol.
no, I remember that I was at the one by me once getting condoms because you know I have a life, and I'm waiting because you have to wait for someone to unlock them for you. God forbid. But I'm waiting in the aisle for like a while, and I'm just kind of looking around, and so in this part, it was like condoms with the thing, like same aisle but right across is what pregnancy tests, and I'm like,
Nice.
oh my god, those are also locked up too, I believe,
Oh, of
at
course they are.
Walmart. I think they were at one point at least.
But on that happy note, um, are you ready to move on?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, we're gonna move on to Meanwhile. Alright, so this is Meanwhile, and during Meanwhile, we talk about whatever the hell has gone on between the last episode and this episode. But because it's the Christmas edition, we're going to talk about Christmas traditions, both good and bad.
Hey.
Okay? Now, when I say bad ones, I'm looking for like stories where not where it goes horribly wrong, but like you look back at it and laugh. Not like it's like, well, Grandpa ran over Grandma again. Like that's like
Grandma got run over by reindeer again.
Grandma got run over by Grandpa. Like that is that.
Also, very, very underrated Christmas special. Grandma got run over by reindeer. Very underrated.
So we're looking for like those kind of stories, like that, that kind of stuff. Okay. So I'll go.
I got one.
Okay.
I got one.
Go, you can go.
No,
first.
no. If you want, you can go first. You can go first.
Okay, good, because mine's pretty. So my mother likes to plan everything, and that's understandable because she likes to make sure that everyone has like enough to eat, like there's enough presents for everybody, like all of that. So it's fine, sure. My uncle and my grandmother, who this is my mom's side of the family, my uncle and my grandmother are not like that. Their idea is they go to church on Christmas Eve at about 4, and then they start looking at Papa John's at about 6:30, which doesn't exist.
Papa John's.
Because they're looking for pizza, and the only things that are open are the shit ones. So, because they didn't think about ordering anything in beforehand. So this one year, my grandmother tells my mother that she is too controlling. She is too controlling. So my mom goes, all right, you know what? Next year, I'm not doing shit. Now, obviously, that was partially.
I feel like you told me this story. I feel like you told me this story or something very similar at least.
I might. It
sounded very familiar.
I might have, but if I did,
I don't know if the viewer.
I might have told you this story. I don't think they know this story.
Yeah, the people have to know.
Yes. So the following year, my mom goes, "Well, I'm not doing shit," even though she still did because we did Christmas at home. This was like 2018, 2019, like right around there. It was pre-COVID. But it was. So we're sitting at home. Sitting at home, we do now this make your own sandwich bar kind of thing, because the sandwich you make yourself is a lot better than one that someone makes for you.
I agree to that.
Because
my family's done stuff like that before.
Well, because we usually do like pick your cold cuts, pick your cheese, whatever toppings you want, and my mom gets the Costanzo sub rolls. Mm-hmm. That's when it's good.
Yeah.
So we usually get stuff that we don't normally get like week to week because it's usually a little more expensive. But
yeah.
So like we'll normally get like turkey ham or whatever, London broil, all like roast beef, like all that. So stuff like that. But anyways, so we went to the earlier mass, and my uncle and my grandmother and like that part of the family went to the later one because no one decided what time they wanted to go. So we're at home, we're eating. We're about to go over to my grandmother's apartment. We're loading everyone in the car. I get a phone. My mom gets a phone call. It's like, "Can you bring over something?" Yeah. It's like, "Can you bring over something?" I was like, "No." Like, so we make our way over. There. It's like, "Well, Molly Helen was supposed to bring this." I was like, "No, I wasn't." It's like, you said you wanted me to not take control, so here I am, not taking control. And my grandmother and my two cousins, my aunt and uncle, they're all sitting there. It's like, "Yeah, we're hungry," and all of us are sitting here staring at each other. It's like, "Yep, we knew this would happen." Like, um, but the best part was my aunt walks in with this cake that she like bought like 10 seconds before Wegmans closed.
I didn't even know Wegmans was open on Christmas.
I
Or is
didn't.
this Christmas Eve still?
This is Christmas Eve.
Okay, never mind.
Like 10 seconds before um Wegmans closed for Christmas Eve.
What a legend.
Um,
What a legend.
yeah, so she shows up with it, but it's like one of those ones that are like all the way in the back, like no, like not that nobody wants, but like they're like the fail safe kind of desserts, like they're so
Like your oven blew up and you need something last minute kind of thing.
pretty much, yeah. Like, so she starts cutting it. It's like, oh, that's weird. And it's like, what? It's like, yeah, the box said it's yellow, it's chocolate. I'm like, I don't think anyone here is complaining. At that rate, the side of your family isn't complaining because that's the only thing you fucking eaten today. Like,
Pretty much.
but my grandmother, after all this, she goes, well, because we were supposed to be doing white elephant. Um, you know what that is, right?
No, not
Okay,
in the
so
slightest.
okay, so white elephant is pretty much it. Have you ever seen The Office? White elephant
Yeah.
with Christmas, it's same thing.
No, no, I haven't seen like that specific.
Okay, so we usually do like a $10 limit, but we buy $20, so we buy two of them and we put them in the center. You draw the
Uh,
number. You draw the number out of the hat of how many people are playing. Whatever number you get is the order. So like
okay.
one has to choose from the table in the first round. They can either open it or not. Next, like it goes all the way around. The once it gets back to one again, they have the option to steal anything that's open or unopened, or keep it. Um. So
Sounds like a really weird game.
it gets pretty funny because we both my family and um my cousins don't, well, they give money to like their friends and then they wrap them, so we don't know what they are.
Okay.
There was one year that my grandfather got a Bluetooth beanie. My grandmother,
Bluetooth beanie.
my grandfather doesn't know what Bluetooth is.
Does he even know what a
So
beanie is?
no, which made it even more funny when he opened it, because no one saw what it was because like the paper was covering it, but my dad was sitting next to him and he just starts laughing. I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck is it? He goes, your grandfather has a flip phone and he opened a Bluetooth beanie.
Should have gotten one of those like flip phone iPhones.
Right.
I
So
saw someone who I know has that the other day, and I couldn't believe my eyes.
but at the end of all this, this is the end of the story. But after everyone gets their presents, Grandma included, she still wants presents from her grandkids.
Okay.
That's where my mom walked out. Ladies and gentlemen, Christmas 2020, Christmas 2018.
Christmas 2018. I remember that Christmas Eve, I got a clown nose from my girlfriend at the time's family. Would not tell you. I think it wasn't the only thing I got from them. It was like a goodie bag kind of thing. Like it
Uh-huh.
had candy and stuff. But it had a clown nose in it, and I'm like, okay. I don't think I still have it.
I was about to say, did they think you were a clown?
Well, I ended up that's what you end up taking at NU for theater. You take like a semester of like clowning. That's a long story. I'll have to get into that another time. But I wasn't even doing theater. Like that's when I like just started doing theater. So I don't know why I got it. I didn't really care. I thought it was funny, and I wore it like the rest of the night, I think. honestly. So, like, whatever. But no, yeah. Christmas with family is always interesting. For my story, I don't know. I feel like I've probably told you this before. I don't know if I said it on, again, I don't know if I said it on here. I think when I start telling it, you'll maybe remember. I don't know.
We'll see.
So, this was back in 2017. Yeah, 2017, I want to say. And it was was it 2017? No, it was 2016, actually. And so my grandpa, like I think I've mentioned before, God rest his soul, was a Lutheran pastor
Hmm.
in Pennsylvania. So the Christmas of 2016 was pretty much when he was retiring. So Christmas Eve, I think his Christmas Eve, my whole like that side of the family went to go see his like last sermon, which was like Christmas Eve night. He might have had one the next day as well for Christmas Day, but like this was like his last one, and we
Hmm.
weren't gonna be like there for Christmas and everything. Like we just drove down for the day, and kind of kind of thing. So yeah, we went to that, and then we drove back, and that was like the first Christmas Eve where my family didn't go to my dad's side of the family because that's what we do every year. That's what we're doing this year, and so we that was the first year we didn't do that. So this Christmas Eve already had like a weird vibe. I think also I want to say the Bills played that day and lost
That sounds
around
about
this
right.
time. It might have been it might have been the next year actually. I don't remember exactly, but it was something like that. And wait, it was when they lost in overtime to the Dolphins, of course, and got Rex Ryan fired.
Yeah, he
But
deserved it.
oh, he did absolutely 100%. So we're driving back that night, and we're going. The route we took through Pennsylvania at the time was like we didn't take like the highways. We took like all the back roads for whatever reason. We did that pretty much my whole life growing up when we'd go there. And this one town we're going through, don't exactly remember the name of the town, but my dad's like, I should probably slow down. Like I was driving with my dad, my mom was driving with my sisters. Like I don't know why we took two cars, but whatever. And so my dad's driving, and he's like, I should probably slow down here because the speed limit goes down here a lot. It could probably get pulled over. Sure enough, like it was on cue. Like 10 seconds later, I just like wow. I could not believe that. I took a Snapchat of it because I just was like so like I was reveling in it because it just freaking made me laugh. How for one, my dad like said, "Oh, I should probably slow down. Like I might get pulled over." Blah blah blah, and he fucking doesn't. And then he gets pulled over on Christmas Eve and gets a fucking speeding ticket. It was just the fucking funniest thing. And he gets
Fucking
a speeding
moron.
ticket in a state he doesn't even live in.
Yeah, no, he deserved it. That's
And on top of all of this, probably shouldn't tell this, but it's just the icing on the cake for the story, and it's fucking years later, so who cares what people think? My mom had to go to the bathroom so fucking bad. And of course, it's Christmas Eve, and it's like midnight or like very close to midnight. Nowhere is fucking open, especially in the small fucking town that like probably 1,000 people at most live in. And she fucking shits on the side of a gas station.
oh wait on the
Like
side.
she was
Wait on the
this
side of a gas
close.
station.
Not like on the side. I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch. But I was like, that is just like, my dad gets pulled over. It's a fucking speeding ticket after he says he should fucking slow down. And then my mom has to shit so bad she just shits like at the side of a gas station. Like that is a Christmas Eve I think I will never forget.
It doesn't sound like it.
And
Why
on
does it
top of
sound
that,
like
that was
that's
my
what you'd
grandpa's
forget?
last sermon as a Lutheran pastor.
See, everything
Like I said,
comes in
maybe the next
threes.
day. Yeah, apparently, like it was insane, honestly. And like I don't really have, I've never. That's probably the weirdest thing I've ever really experienced on Christmas. Like
My,
there's some other things that like were annoying or whatever, and like I'd say the coolest, not tradition growing up, but like my grandparents on my dad's side, when I remember like almost all their Christmas decorations growing up being like Wizard of Oz themed. They were big fans of the Wizard of Oz. They were like they had ornaments and stuff. I mean I thought it was weird just because I didn't know anyone else who did that, but it was also really cool because I also love Wizard of Oz. So it was really cool, and it was always cool to see the Wizard of Oz stuff out at Christmas time. And then we had the tradition, put baby Jesus in the thing. I don't remember basket.
Manger.
I don't know. Manger, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I remember like the first year I did it, I was so scared because everyone was watching me. I was like so scared. I was like, I don't want people watching me. And I became an actor. Funny how that works.
I don't want people watching me. Where the fuck is my spotlight?
Exactly. Please, no pictures.
No pictures. Hey, get my good side over here.
Make sure you get my good side. Christmas time. What will happen this year?
Oh, I can't wait to find
Probably
out.
nothing.
I've already been
Probably
told.
Probably nothing for me, but
I've already been told we're playing left, right, center for lottery tickets, so that should go well. For scratchers. So,
there you go.
because everyone at least in my family at home is of that age now. So last year we played left, right, center for candy bars. So this year
I have no clue what left, right, center is. I literally have no clue what left, right, center is.
So left, right, center, you get like 3 like tokens, I guess. That's probably the best I can describe them as, because like you can play with coins, you can play with like whatever, as long as it's like 3 things that are the same. And there's 3 dice. There's 3 dice, and they have an L, an R, a C, and 3 dots. So the dots mean you get to keep your token. But if you roll a left or a right, you have to pass it to the person on your left or right.
Okay.
And if it goes in the center, you just put it in the center and it's out.
Okay.
So
now that you describe it, I feel like maybe as a kid I played it. Maybe.
So yeah, I ran strong last year. I ended up with I think we played like 5 rounds. I won 4 of them. So I got everybody's. You get everybody's candy, plus you get yours back, and then I just lobbed in like on the next round the one that I didn't want, and then I took everybody again.
Machine.
I ended up with like 26
send you to the Olympics.
bars.
Send you to the Olympics for left, right, center.
Left, right, center, candy bar
send
gambling. Yeah.
Yeah, send you to the Olympics.
But I ended up with like 26 candy bars that year.
Does that equal the amount of sugar you said you just ate at the beginning?
No.
Damn. What a machine.
But yeah, we'll see how scratchers work this year, because scratchers are more expensive. That's just how they are. But we'll see. But are you ready to move on?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. We are moving on to overrated or underrated. So, this is overrated or underrated, Christmas edition. So, it works the same way as overrated or underrated, but they're all holiday and Christmas themed. So,
Better be.
overrated or underrated, snowball fights.
Oh, underrated. They're fun. I don't play in the snow a lot. I didn't really love playing in the snow growing up, but snowball fights, awesome.
I mean, it's a little bit of a challenge right now, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, I have no snow at my house whatsoever.
I have literally like probably a patch in my backyard, and that's
I
about
had
it. So, but
this whole winter,
they
I
are
had
underrated.
snow on,
They are
I
underrated.
had snow on on my lawn for like maybe 3 days so far this winter, and it melted pretty much right away.
Um, okay. Overrated or underrated? Christmas cookies.
Okay, here's where we gotta like Christmas themed cookies or just cookies at Christmas.
Christmas themed cookies.
Overrated. Just give me chocolate chip cookies, that and I'm good. That's Christmas enough for me. Christmas themed cookies are bland with a touch of sprinkle.
Okay, so I cookies at Christmas time underrated. The specific ones that like you get at the at like Wegmans or whatever that have like the Christmases like the Pillsbury ones, ass.
Yeah, they're just flour. They're just cooked flour with sprinkles on them.
Yeah. Do you have a cookie you like?
Do I have a cookie that I just like? Chocolate chip cookies. That's pretty much it.
That's
Honestly,
it?
I'm not a big cookie person.
Okay.
Oh, and Oreos, I guess.
Okay.
That's really okay. And now I'm like saying
Now you're on
vanilla
it. Yep.
vanilla wafers too.
Okay.
Vanilla wafers are good. I used to like sugar cookies, not really as much now. I'm not really a sweet tooth person to begin with. I don't even like cookies. I don't really even eat a lot of anyways. But
So
I'd say yeah, chocolate chip cookies, Oreos, and like vanilla wafers
okay,
with
so
whipped cream on them.
Sean likes the cookies out of a box.
Pretty much. Well, no homemade chocolate chip cookies slap. They do slap.
I am a chocolate crinkle fan. Um,
I don't even know what that is.
so it's chocolate. It's about the same size as a chocolate chip one, except it's all chocolate. But when it bit you, you don't
Oh, then yeah, of course.
put it it doesn't really like puff up. It spreads out. So
That just depends. A lot of cookies can just do that. It just depends how you bake them, pretty much.
well, I'm saying because they're they're not distinctive, but the way they look is. So when they spread out, they get like this like crinkle kind of design on them when they're baking.
Alright.
My mom puts like just the tiniest bit of peppermint in it. It's then chocolate peppermint crinkles. Love them. I can eat the entire tray in one sitting. They are
Mint.
that good.
Mint should never be put with any kind of food whatsoever. It's disgusting.
Okay, Sean, what about a candy cane?
I don't like those. I don't like candy canes.
He doesn't
The only
like
time I
brushing his
actually no, that's the only time mint is acceptable is when you're brushing your teeth or using mouthwash. Mint or gum, I guess. Whenever it actually has to do with making your breath smell good or your teeth healthier. Mint with just food is gross. I was like writing down ways I'm gonna kill Sean for saying that statement.
No, I just wrote Sean's a bitch.
Yeah, I don't fucking care. And I don't like Fireball because I don't like cinnamon. You could call me a bitch for that too. I don't like cinnamon. I don't like mint.
Sean is a supersized bitch.
Okay. I got one
Okay.
now for overrated and underrated. Overrated or underrated? Eggnog.
Okay. So here's how. I don't want to say it's overrated because I usually only get like the 1/2 gallon for like the entire Christmas season, and I'll drink it through the Christmas season. But I'll
Yep.
only get the Upstate Farms one. I
Okay.
won't get anything else. And if it's at
Okay.
a Christmas party, I'm not drinking it because I'm pretty sure there's an actual egg in it, and I'm not risking it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it's highly overrated. It's pancake batter, pretty much, with other things in it. For one, it's called eggnog. That doesn't even sound appetizing, and that's coming from someone who loves scrambled eggs. And I could not tell you what eggnog is actually made of.
Well, you got the first half.
Well, okay, yeah, I assume eggs, but even then,
All right,
that's kind of weird.
we got to do
Drinkable
some
eggs. I'm not
research
done.
now. No,
I'm
keep
not
keep keep
done.
going. I'm gonna search all of the ingredients in eggnog.
Okay. And granted, I've only tried eggnog once in my life, and I absolutely hated it. I know there's other, like, there's sweetened eggnog, unsweetened eggnog, blah, 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 like all that crap. It's still called eggnog. Why would anyone find something like that appetizing? It's just disgusting. And I do it, and it's someone who does a lot of orders during the holiday season. No one ever orders eggnog. One order usually in the whole month has eggnog. And
Okay.
I immediately want to block that customer for life for ordering it.
All right. In the 21st century, most people can make eggnog at home with readily available ingredients. Eggnog is traditionally made with pasteurized eggs, egg yolks, sugar, milk, heavy cream, and vanilla extract. So it's a custard.
It's disgusting. Still disgusting.
Um,
That's pretty much, if you take the egg stuff out and put almonds in, you pretty much made almond milk.
exactly.
Which it can't be trusted either.
No, my favorite thing about like the almond milk, the almond milk, oat milk, is like, yeah, where do you milk an almond?
That was from the show, The Ranch or something.
Yeah,
It stars Ashton Kutcher and Sam Elliott, and that's a joke in the show in one episode where it's like Sam Elliott. I think I'm saying that actor's. I'm pretty sure that's the actor's name. I think goes into the fridge. And he's like, "What in the fuck is almond milk?" Ashton Kutcher's like, "It's milk." Sam Elliott's like, "Show me the tit on an almond." Ashton Kutcher's like, it's pretty much like drinking coconut water," and Sam Elliott's like, "Now you're just making shit up."
yeah.
I don't watch that show really at all, but that scene just makes me laugh every time I watch it.
All right, overrated or underrated? The good hot chocolate.
You mean the good hot chocolate? All hot chocolate is good.
No, it's not. You're wrong.
Okay.
No, because the Tim's hot chocolate sucks.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it
I
does.
will fight you on that. It does not suck.
No, it
It goes
does.
cold too fast. It goes
Exactly.
cold too fast. I'll say that. But when it's hot, or at least warm, it's good.
Why? Like, if I understand that 99% of the time you're going to drink hot chocolate as a mix. I understand that. Yes, I get it. Why does it settle at the bottom of the fucking cup to a point where I can drink it and have brown teeth? Like,
Connor, I've drinking hot chocolate a lot of my life, and I've never had that issue. So I think you're drinking hot chocolate wrong.
it's only Tim Hortons.
I had Tim Hortons hot chocolate last week and did not have that issue. So again, I think you're doing it wrong. I think you need to go to your doctor and ask him.
Oh, yes, because it's a me problem.
It is you problem. I've never had anyone else experience this issue. So I think you need to go to the hospital.
Okay.
I hope you have good life. I hope you have good
Just
life
leaves.
insurance. Health
The
insurance.
recording's still running. Just
Hope you have good health insurance and maybe actually life insurance. You might need you never
No,
know.
I do. Um,
But I will say hot chocolate is very underrated. It's a great. I don't drink it a lot, but it is a great winter drink. If you drink it in the summer, then you're a psychopath. Actual psychopath.
okay. Overrated or underrated? Robert actually sent me this one. Um,
Oh, great. Is it actually Christmas themed?
kind of.
Yeah.
Sledding into
Of
a
course.
parked car.
Very overrated because I feel someone only like Rob would actually do that.
Um,
Sorry, Rob.
I'm gonna say overrated for it happening to you. Underrated for watching it happen to someone else.
Okay, yes, that I could agree. Well, it depends on the person. Depends on the person,
I
and
know.
if they
I'm
didn't
saying
get
if it's
injured.
like a neighbor that you don't like, and then they like sled into like a parked car.
Oh, then
That's
absolutely,
hysterical.
absolutely, I would love it. Alright. I got a couple.
Okay.
Got a couple. Now, this one we might have talked about on our last show around Thanksgiving, but I'm
Okay.
gonna bring it back. Overrated or underrated ham on Christmas?
Underrated.
I'm gonna say overrated.
We do ham on Christmas. We don't do ham
I
anytime else, but we do ham on Christmas.
No, we do too, and I hate it. I Turkey is so much better. Turkey is the much superior meat. Ham is salty crap. Cooked ham, like ham on like a ham sandwich or a Cuban sandwich is fine.
Hmm.
Cooked ham is disgusting. It's just salt in meat.
Where do you
What
get
it
your
is.
ham from?
I don't know where they get it. I'm not the one who cooks it. Well, if it was up to me, we wouldn't have it. We'd have turkey.
We'd start making it as soon as we finished opening presents.
Cooked ham is gross. Cooked ham is gross. That's all I have to say for
Okay.
that one.
Well, I'll say underrated because that's what we've always done. So it was always
I
it
bet.
was always ham and well your first round was salad. Then your next round
Mm,
was like ham and homemade mac and cheese. That was
that
Christmas
sounds
for
good.
us.
I need to
So
talk to someone about that. Actually, I should say
and it
mac
and
and
it
cheese
wasn't it
as a
wasn't
side
like
dish.
the home style mac and cheese. Like my mom actually made mac and cheese. So
I get behind that.
um
Um,
that's what
no
Christmas
ham.
dinner was.
Ham to me is an Easter thing.
Okay.
Ham to me is an Easter thing. Christmas, I think, should be turkey as well as Thanksgiving, just because it's in the same. It's basically in the same season.
It's a month
Not
apart.
really, but kind of is. It's in yeah, they're a month apart. Just keep the turkey selling going.
Or you can buy two and save it.
That too. If they had both, it'd be fine. And don't get me wrong, I'll still eat the ham because it's food. But I don't. I'm not happy about it. I frown
I'll
the whole
still eat
time I
it
eat
because
it.
it's food and I didn't make it.
Exactly. Well, I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't have gotten it. Okay.
Okay.
Next one. Back to the hot chocolate discussion.
Oh boy.
Overrated or
This seems like
underrated?
a hot topic at this point.
It is. Overrated or underrated? Marshmallows in hot chocolate.
Mm, I think it depends on the marshmallows.
Okay. I don't know. Like, I can't name specific marshmallows off the top of my head.
No,
but...
I'm saying like the really big ones or like the mini ones.
Um. Oh, I didn't even think about. I was at first just thinking the mini ones. I didn't even think about someone putting just one big one in there.
Mhm.
We could go both, I guess, because I have a third one to kind of go with this topic, but it's not a marshmallow, but it's another topping you can put in hot chocolate.
Okay.
So let me go down the line. Mini ones overrated.
Okay.
Adds nothing. They just melt. They're too small. They melt. They become mush.
Okay.
Big one. I won't say overrated or underrated. I'll just say okay. I think that might be the first neutral you've had for overrated, underrated.
No,
I would
that's the
just say a
first
big
neutral I've had
one.
from you for overrated or under.
Okay. I will say for a big marshmallow, obviously the same thing would happen with the small ones, but it would take less. It would take more time for it to become mush, and it adds a nice little decoration to it. I'm like thinking of the if you ever saw the Simpsons movie when Flanders makes that hot chocolate for Bart.
That if
It is the best looking hot chocolate I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the best looking hot chocolate I've ever seen in my life, and that is what I think when I think of like hot chocolate.
Okay.
But then we'll get to the third one. What wanted to add: whipped cream and hot chocolate, very underrated. Not that it adds a whole lot, but it's just a nice additive that doesn't really detract from the hot chocolate.
All right. Let me go through this. Okay.
Okay.
So the mini ones I'm gonna say are overrated
Thank you.
because it's not that you can put so many of them in, but as soon as they hit it, it's gone. Um. So it's not even like having it. It's like you're just
Exactly.
adding
Yeah, exactly.
marshmallow to it.
Might as well just dump a whole bag of marshmallows to
Well,
just
half
so
of
you
them
can
will be
see the
gone by the time.
marshmallows
Yeah.
in. Yeah. Just so
Okay.
you have that split second of seeing marshmallows in your hot chocolate.
Right. I'll say the big ones. So the mini ones are overrated. The big ones are underrated.
Okay.
Um, the whipped cream. The whipped cream, I'm gonna say, is in the middle because sometimes I do want it and sometimes I don't.
That's how I view the big marshmallow,
So,
to be fair.
it,
So I guess I can get it.
but if I do want it, it has to be like the Flanders thing. It has to come out of a can. Like, there's no cool whipped cream on a hot
Well, whipped
chocolate. It's
cream,
wrong.
Cool Whip is for desserts. Specifically. That should not go with hot chocolate. Whipped cream, yes. So yeah. Even though Cool Whip is amazing.
I didn't say it wasn't.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I'm just saying, even though it is.
okay. I've got a good one and then I've got a funny one, and then that's all
Okay.
I have.
I'm gonna try to come up while we're talking. I'm gonna try to come up with more,
Okay.
at least two more.
Okay. Overrated or underrated? Watching the big snowflakes.
Overrated because I hate snow. I hate snow no matter what. I hate it.
Okay.
I just hate it. I don't like snow whatsoever.
Okay. So I'm gonna say underrated. Um, I'm not a fan of snow. I'm really not. But if I was going to like sit there and actually watch it, I want it to be the big snowflakes rather than like the fucking
You know what?
rain-sized ones.
Okay,
Like that.
yes, fair enough. Fair enough on that. I just hate snow so much that I don't even know if I could bring myself to just watching snowfall.
But what if it was watching snowfall and you didn't have to go anywhere the next day?
I'd still hate it. I'd rather just go do something else.
Okay.
The only time I'd probably do that is if the power's out or something. Which,
It'd be like our house that the telephone pole snapped in the front yard.
well,
Um,
it didn't have that didn't happen.
during
But
the
yeah.
October storm.
Oh yeah, yeah. River storm
Yep. Um,
memories.
all right, this is my last one, and it's purely for the fact that I am terrible at it. Overrated or underrated? Wrapping presents.
Overrated. I am also horrible at it.
My
If
my
I can put
Christmas
it in a
wrapping.
bag,
How
if I
you?
can,
Yeah. If you know it's from me if it's in a bag.
yeah. Like if I can put it in a bag, I'm gonna. If I can't, then someone else is wrapping it for me.
Well, no, it's not even the fact that I can't put it in a bag. I will find a bag in my house to put it in. Like, it's like, oh, it's only this big. I bet we have one somewhere. Like, but no,
That's
I
fair.
I absolutely suck at wrapping presents. like to the point where like so when I was younger, my mom used to help me like wrap them because I was like 5. So I would do that, but like she'd be like holding it. It's like, okay, put a piece of tape here, and I'd put it like just enough that it was holding, but also holding the other side. It's like, okay, now you need another one. We've gone through half the roll. We're still on the same fucking present. Like I'm bad at it.
Yep. Yeah,
So
no, I agree with everything you said. I'm horrible at wrapping presents. Okay. I've at least thought of one,
okay,
and I'll try to think of another one, but overrated or underrated? The 2000 Grinch. So the one with Jim Carrey.
I'm gonna say it's overrated. I'm gonna say it's overrated because I like the animated one more than the live action one.
By animated one, do you mean the original?
Yes.
Okay. That is fine. I understand that.
I
I'm
can
gonna say
understand why people like the Jim Carrey one. I can understand it. I do. I've seen it. I've watched it a couple of times. I understand it. Fine. I just like the original one better.
no, that's totally fine. I'm gonna say underrated. That is a gem of a movie. It was on last night. That's why it's like fresh in my head, and I
Mm.
watched like a good like chunk of it. And don't get me wrong, the original is a classic, and I absolutely love it. I'm not gonna say I love either one more because I don't want to like compare them because
Hmm.
one's a half hour special, the other one's a full length movie,
Right.
and also one's animated, one's live action. But I absolutely adore it. I think Jim Carrey was the perfect person to play the Grinch. I mean, I don't think they could have just made that movie with anybody. They had to have had the right actor play the Grinch. And if
Hmm.
you're gonna have anyone play the Grinch, it's gotta be Jim Carrey. At least in a live action one. It's not a perfect movie by any means,
No.
but I absolutely love that movie. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. I'd probably put it in my top 5
Okay.
Christmas movies.
All right. So,
Um, if
uh,
we're talking the 2018 Grinch, that miserable sack of shit, that is very overrated. That movie should never have been made. Nothing about it as the vibe of the Grinch. It sucks.
um, do you have one more? Because
I also
I just thought of one thing I want to chat about, but it's not really with overrated or underrated. So,
I do have one more. It's also movie related. And
okay.
again, it was also because something that was on TV the other night and I watched it. Overrated or underrated? The Home Alone movies. At least the first two. At least the first two.
Okay. So, I don't I don't mind them. I don't mind them. I think they're generally okay. The thing that pisses me off with them is that they are on like 5 times a day. So for
That's
that,
honestly a lot of Christmas. That's honestly a lot of Christmas movies, though. I don't like really. I put that on just Christmas movies in general. At this time of year, they just play the same ones over and over again. So I'm not just gonna put that strictly on Home Alone. Because even the 2000s Grinch is on all the time.
yeah. So I'm gonna say if it's purely on that, I'm gonna say it's another one I'm kind of indifferent on.
Okay,
I
that's fair.
I do like it. It's just once a year is good for me.
Oh, that's
Like
fine.
that's
I I would say for me they're underrated because I also think they're really good movies. I actually really do enjoy the second one. I think the first one's a better movie, but I enjoy watching the second one more. Something about the first one just seems very dark and depressing.
hmm
Whereas the second one, it's like they're in New York, like it's kind of cool, even though he's not really home alone.
right.
But like, you know what I mean. And then there's also like the third one, which I would say is not really a good movie, but I enjoy it. Then there's the fourth one, which was a direct to VHS or DVD, whatever at the time, which is not a good movie at all. I enjoy it just because it's so bizarre. It's so bad, it's good kind of thing. I could say the third one's kind of like that too, in a way. But the fourth one especially, and then after that, then they're just like, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, what did you want to get into?
This is the last thing that I thought of.
Because I kind of thought of something else too.
Because we started talking Christmas movies. Started talking
Because
Christmas movies.
and I had a topic I wanted to kind of do that's Christmas movie related too, but
Okay,
I guess we'll see what yours is.
So mine is your top 5 Christmas movies.
This was what I wanted to do, so this
Okay,
is perfect.
good. That works. That works out great.
This
All right,
is perfect.
so I have mine listed from 5 to 1.
Okay.
If you want to go with yours, I can go with mine. I don't care.
I'm gonna need a minute to kind of like order them, and the order for me, the order could always change. But let me think, because I have movies in mind.
Okay, I'm gonna.
You could go first.
I'll do my
Just
5
maybe
first. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm going 5 to 1. 1 being the top, obviously. So 5 is the first Christmas Story.
Okay.
4 is the first Santa Claus, the one with
Okay.
Tim Allen.
Yeah.
3 is Fred Claus.
Yep.
2 is Polar Express,
Love that movie.
and then
Love Polar
1
Express.
is Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation's good. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to do this. There might be a tie in here for one, because I don't want to pick one over the other. And actually, you made me think of some movies. I would say 5, Santa Claus 2. I actually love the second one the most of the
Okay.
3.
I
The
just
first one also kind of has like a depressing vibe to it for me,
for
personally.
for me, I think probably my most disliked one of the Santa Clauses was probably the third one.
Oh, the third one sucks.
The third one was just ugh.
The third one is only watchable when it's Tim Allen and Martin Short on at the same time.
Yeah.
Or at least Martin Short. Like, that is the only thing that kind of makes the third one good. And then, like, the last, like, third of it. Other than that, that movie's crap.
Right.
Personally. But no, Santa Claus 2 I really like. Number 4, I'm gonna go with Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
It's the second best of the National Lampoon movies after the first one. National Lampoon Vacation movies, I mean.
Yeah.
3, I'm gonna go with... wait, hold on one sec. I wanna think. Okay, 3, I'm gonna
Sean's
go
going
with
Sean's
a
going
tie-
through the shuffle.
a tie between Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put them together because I've liked them both pretty equally. 2, I'd say Polar Express.
Okay.
Absolute masterpiece. And then 1, I honestly would probably say The Grinch. The 2000s Grinch.
Okay.
I would put maybe put the animated one with it too, just as like a thing. But I'd say probably The Grinch just because it just like has the most nostalgia for me. It has just the Christmas, like it's very Christmassy, like it just like every Who down in Whoville like Christmas a lot. It makes you like Christmas a lot.
Mhm.
That movie, the movies. The 2018 one could go burn. Honorable mentions, I would say Elf.
Okay. Yeah. No. Honorable. I think
I-
I think Elf would come in 6th for me.
That's what I would say is 6. I love Elf. It is a really good movie. To me, though, it is what you were saying about the Home Alone movies. It is the one that gets overplayed the most.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it becomes a little too tiring. And honestly, I think if Will Ferrell was not Buddy, that movie would probably suck.
Yeah. Probably.
Will Ferrell is the one that makes that movie.
Mhm.
That doesn't make it a bad movie. I just think he's the one that makes that a Christmas classic. Because
Right.
he's just so good as Buddy the Elf. And I'd say Christmas Carol, like again the one with Jim Carrey, I really enjoy. And then there's one in the '80s
The
that's really
animated one?
good. The animated one, yeah.
Okay.
The one that's like animated like Polar Express.
Yeah.
But it's done better because it was done years later. So the technology got better.
Well, yeah.
So that one, and then there's one in the '80s. I'm trying to think. I think it stars George C. Scott, I want to say. That one's really good. That one has a really creepy vibe to it, which I really like. The Muppets Christmas Carol is also like a classic. And then
So I didn't qualify it as a movie because it wasn't technically a movie because it was only like 45 minutes long without commercials. So I didn't qualify it as a movie. The Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas, not the twice, the
okay.
Once Upon a Christmas, that one is
I didn't know
probably
there
my
were
favorite.
I didn't know there were two.
There's two.
I didn't know that.
And so the first one is like the animation that like you would immediately think of with like Mickey
Disney?
Minnie. Yeah. The second one is like CGI and it just doesn't look right. So
Yeah.
I didn't qualify it as a movie because it wasn't technically as on Disney Plus. It's not.
It could be it could be a Christmas special.
Yeah, I would say it's a special. I think Disney Plus has it listed as a special, not a movie. So I didn't qualify it as a movie.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So I would watch that over and over and over again because that is just funny as hell.
Yeah, I mean Mickey Mouse. You can't really go wrong with old school Mickey Mouse.
No.
Pretty much.
No.
And then an honorable mention for me. This isn't a Christmas movie, but it's the Nativity story, and it's the story of Christmas. Like the story of Christmas wouldn't happen without the story of Christmas, pretty much. And it is one of the, even if you're not religious, which I am a little bit, but not like super crazy. But if you're religious at all, honestly, it is a very good watch. Of like religious movies, like mainstream religious movies, it is a very good movie. Very underrated. Stars Jason Isaac, who was Moon Knight, I want to say?
Yeah, he was Moon Knight.
Yeah, Moon Knight. And then it stars the girl. She was this girl who was in like Star Wars episode, I want to say 1 or 2, maybe 3. I don't remember which one. But she like won an Academy Award for like she was getting to be like a big actress at the time for like her age.
Mm-hmm.
And then like it's just a really really good movie. I kind of want to watch it now, damn. But yeah, give that a watch if you want. And I know they're like people who say like Die Hard or The Gremlins or even The Godfather for Christmas movies. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not going to count it for these. Also, I've never really seen, I mean, I've seen The Godfather. It's one of my favorite movies, but I've never really seen the other two. So I'm not going to say it. And plus, they're not solely Christmas movies. They just take place at Christmas.
That's my thing. Even though as much as I like Iron Man 3, it does take place during Christmas. I'm still not qualifying it as a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
so that's just the funny part was though is like we had that whole, not you and I, but like the planet had this whole argument of Die Hard being a Christmas movie because it takes place around
which
now.
I don't care if people want to call it. It doesn't trigger me in any way, shape, or form. I don't care that much. I'm just myself not going to call it. One, again, I've never seen it. And two, I just, like, I don't know. It's not a Christmas movie. It's just a movie that takes place at Christmas.
That won me the argument was Disney Plus labeled Iron Man 3 as a Christmas movie.
They would do that. They would do that.
That my mom was like, what do you want to watch? I'm like, Iron Man 3. She's like, but that's not a Christmas movie. I'm like, it is actually.
According to Disney Plus, it is, and if Disney says it is, then it must be true.
Then it must be true.
And then I would say another honorable mention for me would be A Christmas Story, which is a good movie. It is. There's nothing wrong with it. How I would also say it though, like for a lot of these movies,
the way the family is very much like my family.
Yeah.
Like that.
I think anyone can. I think there's bits of Ralphie's family that I think can relate to everybody. But the thing with me for some of these movies is like, if I watched them in like June, would I still enjoy it just the same? And obviously, like, you're not going to enjoy it just the same because it isn't Christmas time, but could I enjoy it just as a movie as it is?
Mm-hmm.
Like, at a random time of the year? Most of them, yes. Christmas Story, I feel like there's a part of me that's just like, it's too Christmas.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm watching The Grinch in like the middle of June, usually. Like, I'm not, but could I and still enjoy it the same? Absolutely. And then another, I think, underrated Christmas movie that it's not a popular movie by any means, is called Prancer. It's from the 80s. It stars Sam Elliott, like talked about him earlier. And it's this little girl finds the reindeer Prancer in the woods. No one believes her. Like, she tries to hide him, but no one believe the people who do like see him don't necessarily believe that's Prancer because the whole Santa's not real kind of thing. Reindeer can't fly. And it is a very It's not a happy movie necessarily. Mm-hmm. Like, it has kind of happy ending, but it's not like a happy movie. It's a movie that's a little too real, which I know is kind of weird talking about a movie about a reindeer. But it's actually it is a good watch. It's on YouTube. If you want to watch it, I would recommend. It's not super long either. It's like maybe an hour and a half at most. Mm-hmm. So it's not super long.
Well,
and then also
that's how you know where we are in movie time, because super long is over an hour and a half, and not super long is under an hour and a half.
Yeah, like, long at this point
is 3 hours.
No, long at this point is even around an hour and a half, and then you get the super long territory, which is like 2 hours plus, which is like everything Disney puts out nowadays. And then another underrated
to do with Marvel now.
Yeah, and another underrated
Keyword,
Christmas gem.
Try to do with Marvel now.
Yeah, and another underrated Christmas gem. Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer, the animated Christmas special. Very underrated. So stupid. In every way, shape, or form. It is definitely a product of its time, but it's awesome. I fucking love it. The characters in it are just so goddamn stupid that you just have to laugh. It's a great watch, honestly.
Oh, man. Alright, well, is that what we got?
Yeah, I think that's
what we got?
I've said my piece.
Alright, so with that, we hope you enjoy your holiday break. This will most likely be the last episode of the year coming from us, so we hope to see you next year. Maybe Sean will be in a more authoritative position than the sideline reporter. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be moving some stuff around. But with that, we hope you enjoy the rest of your hopefully quiet holiday season. No, yes. I'm not. But with that, we say goodbye for now, and we'll see you next time.
Okay. Merry Christmas. Go Bills, go Sabres.